got a little bit of a drive ahead of me, so I thought, let's talk. Right? Let's talk about what's going on with the markets. Let's talk about life. Right? Is life not more important than the markets? So what should we really be focusing on, is what I would say to that. The other thing, too, is I've been wanting, there's so much content that I want to make, but it actually, I've got bad hair day, don't I? I'm looking at myself like, who is that? There's so much content that I want to make, but I almost feel like it's inappropriate in a way to do it when the market is like it is right now. You know, it's almost inappropriate to start talking about all these projects and things like that. So, you know, I have a Q&A that I want to do. You guys submitted some really cool, some really awesome questions. I don't have them in front of me, but they were really good when I saw them, and I want to address them. And also throw in some different things going on with the market and life in general, because a lot of you guys have some really, really great questions. But talking about a lot of new projects, it feels a little inappropriate. Probably not, but it's just the way I feel about it. I'm a little sensitive to it, I guess. Cool, got some people in here, so I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are... you know what I should do? 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to turn on my... Alright, cool. Last time my live stream ended because I got a call, so I just turned it on to Do Not Disturb. So we're good. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. So, you know, I made a post yesterday about mental health. I think some people thought that that was for me. It wasn't for me. It was for you guys. I had someone that suggested that I post about it, so I did. I'm fine, but thank you for the messages. That was very kind of you guys. I got some messages like, are you okay? You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. That was for you guys, but I appreciate the thoughts. I really do. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this Twitter working. This Twitter live stream is a little weird with like who's here and who's not here and all this kind of stuff. But cool. So yeah, let's talk about the markets. I mean, are you guys doing okay? That's the key thing. I want to make sure you guys are doing okay. All right, because I read from Kevin Cage. If you don't follow Kevin Cage, give him a follow. He had a friend that took his life recently because, I don't know if it was because of the markets, but you tend to hear about those types of stories when the market crashes significantly like this. So I'm going to move this so the sun's not in my face. Please don't do that, guys. Please, if you need help, there's no shame in talking to somebody. We live in a culture where men have to be macho and strong all the time, and, you know, okay, there's a place for that, but there's a place for being vulnerable and talking to people. If you need to talk to people, please talk to people. That's okay, right? Don't do anything drastic. You only have one life to live, and if you do something drastic and it's gone, you don't get that chance back. So money goes and comes, markets go and they come, but your life is a one-time. It's a one-time deal, so please don't do anything drastic. Please take a step back and breathe, pray, and just take note of the things that you take for granted. That's a really key thing. We tend to take things for granted, and we don't take inventory of the things that mean a lot to us and how we mean a lot to people. So I just wanted to start off with that, and I hope you guys are doing well. Do you guys have any questions? So we'll just talk about the markets in general, but if you have some questions. The sun, it's in the morning, so I don't know, I can't control the sun, sorry guys. You have like this big blur on the screen, I know. If you guys have any questions, what do you want to talk about? Anything specific? But in general here, I'm trying to see if I can get the comments to come up. Sometimes it's really weird. Twitter Live is like, sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But anyway, no worries. So, how far can the markets crash is the question. We've went down below that 28,000 sort of, I don't want to say support, but it was that support from the crash last year, right? So the question is, are we going further? I don't know. My opinion is I'm not doing anything. Hobbies besides that. Hey, I'm seeing the comments now. Cool. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, in my opinion, I'm holding and I'm waiting. I'll just give you a for instance. I have a family member who I got into crypto, and they're not really interested in living off of it. So I'm kind of pulling them out of a lot of passive income stuff, because they're not taking profits. I'm like, you got to take profits, otherwise what are you doing this for? So anyway, I'm going to be moving them out of passive income stuff and into a lot of buy and hold, blue chips and things like that. And just, to share this and be transparent, they've handed me $200,000 to do that with. And that was when Bitcoin was at about 34,000, I believe. It wasn't even that long ago, right? 34,000 wasn't even that long. It was like a few days ago. I have yet to invest that because I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see what the market's going to do, how low it can go. But, I'll be building out a nice little portfolio for him. And I think we'll be very happy in the coming years. Maybe not even that long, frankly. If I can get him to take profits, I can't get this guy to take profits. It's really kind of interesting. In an instance like that, I'm waiting, right? I've been buying some stuff as it's going down. We can't seem to figure out where the support is right now, so I'm kind of chilling before I put a lot of money in, just because we need to figure out where the market's going to go, right? So I had commented the other day when Bitcoin shot up really quick that it was a bull trap. Guys, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. The reason that I felt that was a bull trap was because if you look at what happened last year, we had something very similar happen last year where the market went up and it flash crashed, right? And that's when, right at the right time, Elon Musk says, I'm not going to accept Bitcoin anymore, right? It was like perfect timing because he didn't want to crash under his command, so to speak. So I look at these things and I say, well, there's a reason why the saying of sell in May and go away exists. Like, that's not just something someone invented recently. That's something that has been around for a long time. So then I start to ask, why is that the case? There is a lot of study you can do on this, and don't bite my head off when I say this, but on the moon phases and the lunar eclipses, and I'm not into astrology, okay, but I'm telling you that if you were to go study the moon phases and the lunar eclipses when the markets go up and down, and it's very interesting, you will find actually a lot of data supporting that. And that's not something recent. I mean, this is something they've been studying for over 100 years, right? It's just that it applies to crypto because crypto follows markets. There's a woman on Twitter, what's her name? Marin Altman, I think her account is. I'm not promoting her, I'm just saying she made a very interesting call of January of 2021. Almost to the day, a couple of days off, but almost to the day that when the markets were going to make these significant changes. She did that again this year, and again, May 16th was a very interesting call that she claims they'll crash until May 16th, and then they'll go back up at the end of October, so we'll see. But it's one of those things, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with astrology, everybody has their opinion on that, I'm just saying the people who run these markets tend to follow those. So I just want to know what the rules are to the game. If there's something there, we might want to take a look at it. Okay. Hobbies besides crypto. I'm an elder at my church, so that comes with a lot of responsibility and time requirements. I do all the IT stuff for our church as well. I'm really into bodybuilding, love working out. I was actually into marathons. I used to was a big runner when I was younger, and I did a few marathons. And, when I went in and lifted weights, it was a different mindset. I think I'm more built for that. So that's something that I really enjoy doing. I was a big gamer when I was younger. I still game off and on, not a lot. So things like that. And, it's just like very briefly. I love to go shooting and all that type of stuff. But thanks for asking, I appreciate it. So, thoughts on Freeway token? Great time to buy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to probably be loading up more. I'm just trying to figure out what the market's doing. Because if I can get a better entry point, I'm going to do it. Anything under a penny is a great entry point, in my opinion. I never thought we'd actually see under a penny again. I thought once we hit that penny and a half range when I bought it, and it went up, and it seemed to be forming some nice support at that 0.19, which was a difficult range to break through. Even though the market was crashing, I know so much of it is staked. I think it's 85% of it or so is staked. I didn't think we'd see it come back down, but we did, and that's okay. So I'm looking to load up more. As far as Luna, I feel really bad for the Luna people. Now you know how the XRP people fell after the lawsuit, right? So I actually bought a little bit of Luna. I'm one of those people who's like, I never owned Luna, but when I see something that was recently a blue chip in the top, what was it, in the top 10, I think, right? That's down 99%. You buy that. That's just my opinion. Okay, we'll see if it bounces back. I know Mike Novogratz and a lot of people are involved with Luna. I don't think they're going to see it fail, but it might be a long-term hold at this point. I could see a relief bounce to about $5 to $10 though. They just have to fix this depegging thing. And speaking of the whole depegging thing, that's something that is being thrown into the crash as sort of a wild card, because we don't really know what it means. In that, you'll notice that there's not really any major news story that's causing this crash. It's just kind of happening on its own, which is what concerns me more than anything, because typically there's a news event, there's an announcement, there's something causing it. This is just kind of happening, right? And it's probably a deeper correction than any kind of news event has caused. So that's kind of what's concerning me. Now, there was a tweet that Kim.com had put out. What was it? I don't know, 3-4 days ago, something like that. It's trying to say, oh, they're going to regulate stablecoins, and all of a sudden, UST depegs. So you could ask, well, did he know something? I made a post a while back, a couple days ago, whatever it was, that when the markets go down, you hear bad news. When they go up, you hear good news. That's not by mistake. That's 100% intentional, engineered, and planned, in my opinion, okay? I know that there are people out there that are considered like truth seekers, and maybe some of them are, okay? Like your Kim.coms, your Edward Snowdens, your Julian Assanges, your, I guess Joe Rogan's in that mix now. That doesn't mean that they're not controlled, right? I mean, if you were to control the people, what would you do? You'd want to control both sides, or at least the side that they think exists. So I'm just trying to say, keep an open mind that these people may not be operating 100% independently. Okay? So bear that in mind. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm making a little bit of a bet on Luna. I didn't put a whole ton in, enough that if it does a nice bounce, that's going to work out well. As far as the market is concerned, I mean, if you guys were in Freeway putting some stable coins in there, I think you're pretty happy right now not experiencing this crash. I had been taking a number of my passive income assets and cashing out into AVAX, and I'm like right in the middle of setting up my LLC. So in order to backdate the S-Corp for the tax savings, I was waiting for my business bank account to get set up. And of course, that's when the whole market crashed. So I got all this AVAX now that is literally worth half of what it was worth not even that long ago. So for me personally, I'm literally just holding and waiting, because I know that once the market has a relief rally, that AVAX will likely go right back up to $80 to $100 again. So I'm just holding it. I'm not going to cash out at this point. So that's what I'm doing. Thoughts on PCC? Well, look, the whole market. I'm bullish on crypto in general, whether it's PCC or Freeway or Strong. Strong is hurting. Their team needs to start executing. Along with PCC, the team needs to start executing. But yeah, no, I'm bullish on crypto in general, and I'll tell you why. It's important to know what you hold. Okay, it's important to know what you hold. Did you get into crypto just because someone said you could make a quick buck? Or did you get into crypto because you understood what it was? You understand what blockchain technology is. You understand what distributed ledger technology is. Okay, you see these industries in aerospace and energy and healthcare and military and all these different areas that can benefit significantly from this technology, right? That these tokens, while they were created out of thin air, of course, they actually serve a use case besides a quick flip. I mean, which side of the aisle are you on? If you're on the latter side, you understand what you hold, then guys, I mean, patience. Patience. I mean, I was talking about patience with PCC. You need patience in the whole crypto market. Okay? This is not going to be, look, there are people, they get in, they buy Doge at half a penny, and in 3 months it goes up to, 40 cents or something crazy. It does happen. But that's the exception, not the rule. I used to, in e-commerce, kill myself to grow my business, and then I'd see some dude launch one product and do like 150,000 a month. I'm thinking, first of all, there's nothing different about his product. What did he do differently? The guy doesn't know a tenth of what I know. So I used to sit here and kind of be like, well, what am I doing wrong? So it's always easy to blame yourself. Sometimes people are just in the right place at the right time. Okay? Sometimes they're just in the right place at the right time. But patience wins. If you're the type of person who's unreasonable, and I mean unreasonable, that there is nothing that makes you give up, you're that person that doesn't know how to say no, okay, and you've got an unlimited amount of patience, you'll win. Just got to give it time. I mean, the people back in 2013, if you had that same mindset 10 years ago, you would have won big time. So that's my point. You'll win if you stay in. How safe are deposits in Freeway? I think they're pretty safe. You know, the only risk that I really see is something happening with your stablecoin that you have deposited. So if that's Tether or USD coin, I don't see those as a risk, by the way, because I'll tell you. Look, Tether is definitely a risk. I shouldn't say that. I mean USD coin. USD coin is run by Circle, which has had big investments from JP Morgan. JP Morgan doesn't lose, guys, just so you know. They're not putting their money behind something for it to go and get depegged and go belly up. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but when I see entities that I believe control markets putting money in certain places, they're not putting their money there to lose. Okay, so I don't see USD coin going under. Tether could, and people are concerned. I know Blockchain Backer is concerned about it getting depegged. One thing I will say is be cautious looking at CoinMarketCap during these times, because CoinMarketCap's data is always very wonky when the markets are very volatile. So if you see something that looks unusual on CoinMarketCap, go and look at a chart and confirm it. Go and look at another website. I don't even use CoinMarketCap anymore when they start playing games with the placement of XRP. I'm like, you know, it takes you weeks to fix a placement or something. So I use CoinGecko primarily, but if you see something, just go and confirm it, because I'm not seeing on the charts where Tether went to 95 cents. I didn't see that. But no, look, Tether is backed, I don't know if it's fully or partially, by cryptocurrency. So as cryptocurrencies are crashing, it does create a lot of volatility in that stablecoin. I mean, that stablecoin is the ultimate Ponzi, quite frankly. I mean, they print fake money out of nowhere, and then they back it by crypto assets. I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But no, I think USD coin's safe. So really the only risk that I see to Freeway is the stablecoin that you put in there, right? But if you're getting concerned about stablecoins, you might pull them out for a month or two and see what happens, just to be sure. It's your call. I'm not doing that, but you know, if you were concerned, you can do that. But no, I'm not concerned about Freeway at all. Matter of fact, I think this could be I know people say this is the last time, you know, this is the last time you're going to get in, but I really do believe this might be the last time you see Freeway token under a penny. I don't think you'll see it under a penny again. This is my opinion. So I'm waiting, but I'm going to be loading up. By the way, guys, that's why I call stablecoin staking risk off. Not because there's no risk to it, but because it's about as low of a form of risk you can get in crypto as possible, right? Obviously, if you were in UST, that didn't exist, but I'll bet you a lot of the insurance claims are being hit really hard with UST because they have a depegging claim, depegging insurance when you are staking an anchor. So I bet you those are getting called up like crazy right now. Maybe you guys could swing trade UST. I know some people doing that. It's kind of funny. As far as Luna is concerned, yeah, I think I don't think they're going to let it fail. They just need to fix this pegging issue. I don't pretend to know exactly how this process works, but apparently there's some process where you could trade UST and Luna back and forth or something, and that's being taken advantage of right now. I don't pretend to know the whole story behind it, but anyway, yeah. But how are you guys doing? Because that's a key thing. I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about you guys. Hope you guys are doing okay. You know. If you want something that's interesting to go and look, this was, I thought, very well said. The Good Morning Crypto show, I think it was yesterday. Johnny Crypto, who's a really cool guy. All those guys are great. Johnny Crypto's talking about the different adoption phases to cryptocurrency. Actually, not just cryptocurrency, really any technology. There's the early phase where it's like, hey, here we are, there's this hype, it's this new thing, it's innovative, it's creative, and you kind of see the price go up. And then there's like a second phase where it's like, okay, we're building, we're creating this thing, there's deals being made, but it's kind of in the building phase. That's when the price goes down. Okay, but then in the adoption phase is full-blown adoption. It's being used, it's being utilized, and because it's being used and utilized, it has a real use case, people have more confidence in it, and the price skyrockets again. Where do you want to be in that phase is the question, right? Do you want to be buying it in the third phase when it's already been adopted? Do you want to be buying it when it's just being talked about, or do you want to be buying it when it's in its low point in the building phase, when it's not sexy, it's not exciting, right? You want to be in that second phase. You want to be in that second phase because that's where the money is made, right? That's where the money is made. So, anyway, yeah. What else, guys? Let's see. What am I doing right now? Yeah, like I said, I'm just waiting, but I'm looking to buy certain assets. I'm looking to buy. What am I looking to buy? Reserve rights is looking really good. That's a really good entry point. Reserve rights, so love that token. Theta, T-Fuel, H-Bar, Telcoin, ICP, even though people don't like it because it's more centralized. A lot of these you can earn passive income on, by the way, because a lot of them have staking opportunities, liquidity pools, and things of that nature. But, yeah, do you guys have any specific questions? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to chat about? Let's see. We got quite a few people on here. It's really cool. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Appreciate you guys. I always say that. Trying to get this off the screen. I apologize. I always say that. I don't want to pretend that I know why influencers do certain things, but I will say that for you guys specifically, and I can only speak for myself, that it appears that I'm helping you, and I am. It's really you guys that's giving me the gift of helping you, right? That's a gift to me. It's not so much me helping you, it's you giving me the opportunity to help, right? And that it's more blessed to give than to receive, so I thank you for your trust and confidence. I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. To err is human. And, I love you guys and really appreciate you guys. How's Luke and Eric? They're doing well, as far as I know. People think they're MIA. They're not MIA. They're not. Just because they're not on a AMA doesn't mean Luke is, sitting in his bathtub with a cigar hanging out of his mouth or something like Scarface, right? No, they're traveling and they're at a undisclosed location at the moment, working on some deals. So they are doing well. Thank you, XR People Ask. Hope everyone's doing well during these times. Like I said, I have a lot of different projects I'd like to talk about, but it just seemed a little inappropriate during this time. It seemed a little inappropriate to be posting, I'm not going to talk about what anyone else does, but for me personally, the sentiment of the market is such that we need more talk about life and mindset and mental health and things like that than we do, hey, here's a new shiny node project, which, by the way, I've got. I'm not going to talk about it yet. So, anyway, mindset's really important. And, I haven't shown it lately. I'm going to start doing it again. The whole, this is what people think success looks like, but this is what it really looks like chart, where people think success is a straight line up, when in reality it's up and down and sideways, but the overall curve is up. That's the key thing. The overall curve is up, right? That's life. That's life in general, but it's good to set our expectations. The expectations is that you're going to go through some pain in life. So expect it. So when it happens, you're not so caught off guard. right? I mean, name anything in life that doesn't require some pain to get through to have growth on the other side, right? You're going through a relationship problem. Sometimes you don't understand the other person. They don't understand you. There's a degree of pain there, right? If you're trying to lose weight, there's a degree of pain there. In business, if you're going to start a business, you've got to go through some pain to get to the other side. If you're investing, you've got to go through a little bit of pain, sometimes a lot of pain in this instance, to get to the other side. So my point is, embrace pain when it comes, because growth is on the other side. You're not going to just get to grow as a person and learn if you don't go through some pain. So that's just a kind of a mindset in that, you know, you're not going to give up, but you're just expecting that, look, things can go down. Pain can show up. What am I going to do when it happens? Right? How am I going to handle that when it actually happens? That's a key thing. Expectations. What do I think about Swish Finance? I think Swish Finance is an interesting project. I like the guys running it. Some of the people from Crypto Underground. Cool guys. Their tokenomics seem to be, pretty decent. They got some stuff to work on, but I'm going to assist them in seeing if we can help invest their treasury to earn a return for their investors. So, great group of guys, for sure. Not just Crypto Underground guys are cool. They're really great people. And, speaking of people, guys, remember, you don't know what somebody else is going through. Just like I'm on the road here, right? I see road rage. I've seen road rage as I'm talking. I'm just watching it. I'm not participating, right? When I was younger and dumber, I would participate. Stupid. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing it up because you don't know what that other person, that other car is going through, right? You go cut that car off and you give them the middle finger. How do you know that person wasn't just diagnosed with cancer and given 3 months to live? They don't care. But think about that. Think about that online, too. I mean, these are people. Like, be kind to each other, right? You don't know what that other person's going through. Go and try to meet some of these people on Twitter. You'll realize, hey, wait a minute. This is not just me sitting behind a computer. It's not just me sitting behind a phone talking to an avatar, right? This is like a real person on the other side, right? And I've met Jordan and XRP Euphoria as well as somebody from the Good Morning Crypto Show, and great people. I mean, we don't have to agree on everything, but really like good intention people. So just remember, be kind to other people, because there's someone on the other side that could be hurting or could be going through something. Don't tear them down, build them up. Let's build each other up instead of, having that maximalism mindset and that, you're successful and I'm not, so let me tear you down type of mindset. That's what we need more in the space. Really blockchain and cryptocurrency, it was... The concept is freedom, independence, decentralization. We're all in that for the same reason, so let's help each other succeed. So I say, thank you, appreciate it. XRP Blast is very kind of you to say. It's because of, we need more real people in the space. We need people who aren't putting on a front. We need people who will just tell the truth, even if it's inconvenient, even if it's uncomfortable. If you are yourself and you are real, people will sense that. And, we just need more people to be willing to say the truth and be themselves and not put on a fake front. I think we'll have more of a accurate space over time. Appreciate that, though. Thank you. I'm going to keep this pretty short, unless you guys have some questions you'd like to talk about. So again, for me, I'm just holding and waiting, looking to add to my positions. Like I said, there's a number of tokens that I'm really interested in, and just trying to figure out what the bottom is. That's really challenging. I think for me, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for Bitcoin to get to a low point and then have the volume of buys come in and start to make a little bit of a reversal, and not see it necessarily pull back down again very quickly. That's kind of more what I'm looking for. And that's not really something you can always quantify unless you're really staring at a chart all day. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, ultimately for me, even if I miss some entry points, and frankly, like right now, there's some fantastic entry points. I think HPAR is at a great entry point. I think, gee whiz, if you didn't get any XRP, this is the time to get it for sure. I've got enough, so I'm not buying any more of myself personally. But I think Telcoin's at a great price. I think VeChain's coming back down to a great price if you want some VeChain. I picked up some more reserve rights. So if you miss some of these things, I mean, I never thought I'd see Theta come back down to the low dollar range. I thought once it got to $1.50 back in, I don't even know what it was it late 2020? I didn't think we'd ever see it come back. So from $15, that's wild. It would go down 50%. In Bitcoin, 50%? Yeah. I don't think we'll come down 50%, but we'll see. I mean, you might be right, I might be wrong. That's really it. Like, if you're right, I'll give you your props. We'll see. I think we've got some short-term pain. Selling may go away, and I think we'll do a reversal. This is what, remember, guys, it's so interesting. Like, if you were a psychologist and you wanted to study human psychology in a market like this, the crypto market is such a phenomenal place to do that. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like my Twitter app froze on my phone. That was weird. I saw my face just like frozen. I don't even know what I was talking about at the moment. Maybe I should just start doing a YouTube live stream. It might be better. I think it's a little bit more efficient to do YouTube next time. I might just do YouTube. Yeah, sorry about that. My Twitter app froze there. What were we talking about? We're talking about how the market could potentially keep going down. Yeah, I could. It's just that I always see that type of talk when it does go down, right? And so the contrarian in me is thinking, if everybody thinks that we're going to hit 10K, we're probably not. That's just the way I look at it. We're probably not hitting that number. Doesn't mean we couldn't, but I look at what all the pundits are saying, and I say the truth has got to be somewhere in between, most likely, right? Just like, guys, like I made a post the other day. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it's got a half-truth to it. When you see everybody with the laser eyes saying, here's how much I'm making across my 30 passive income projects, that's the time to sell. That's peak euphoria. Anytime you're willing to take a screenshot of your crypto portfolio and send it, that's the time that you want to consider selling, okay? Just like when everybody's in despair and their Bitcoin's going to $10,000 and they're showing the McDonald's app, that's the time to buy. It's funny, but it's like people who aren't chart people could look at that and be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, they just look for social triggers, right? I look for social triggers, personally. Okay, so there's certain things people do and say that are triggers for where the market's going, personally. Because most people are usually wrong. That's why I'm in cryptocurrency, because most people are usually wrong. Okay? So, shill. I have nothing to shill. I have nothing to shill. I have nothing to sell you, man. Sorry, I have nothing to sell you. I have no Discord. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a Telegram group telling you what to buy and when to sell. I have nothing to sell you. I do have something to sell you, actually. That's selling you on you. Can I sell you on your success? That's the question. Right? That's what I'd love to do. If I had something to sell you guys, I would have been selling a long time ago. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, no. Hopefully you guys are doing good. We're going to probably end this in a minute or two here, unless you guys have any questions you want to ask. I got a little bit of a drive here. I got probably another hour left. I'm not going to be on here for an hour, but look the road. Yeah, I need to look on the road, don't I? Just what you want to do, be on the freeway with somebody who's looking at their phone, right? Bad idea. No, I just, some people do their best thinking in the shower, it's said. I do my best thinking when I'm working out. Sometimes when I'm driving with my thoughts. And so I just thought, let's hang out. Let's talk. I had someone who asked me a really, really great question. I'm going to get to it more when I do. I think right now, me personally, when it comes to content, I want to put more out there in terms of like mindset, Q&A, AMA, just to kind of interact and talk and be kind to each other. So someone had submitted a question for a Q&A, and they were asking how, I'm not trying to remember how they worded it, but it was something like, how does your investing in crypto, how is your investing in crypto changed by you being a believer? I thought that was a very interesting question. And I'll just talk about that for just a brief minute. There is this concept, it's not even a concept, it's just some idea that someone has from misrepresenting different parts of Scripture about money being this evil, bad, terrible thing. And it's not, okay? There are so many, and whether you're a Christian or not, fine, I'm just talking about that for a moment. But, you know, so many Christians that believe that money is evil, being wealthy is of the devil. It's not true. It's not true at all. I would tell you Scripture teaches the opposite. Okay? You have the parable of the talents. We're supposed to be good stewards with our money, okay? It's the intention underneath that can be bad, okay? And that's the case with anything, frankly. I mean, why are you doing something? If your intention is bad, then it's bad, right? Money in of itself is not bad. It's the person that controls it and what they're doing with it and their intention behind it, okay? Why do you think in the Garden of Eden there was gold? Was there something to buy in the Garden of Eden that I'm not aware of? Why was there gold? Something to consider and think about, right? Parable of talents, being good stewards, doing right things with the money. You know, I always say, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be blessed by God. That's not a bad thing, right? Money and being blessed and having things is not wrong, unless that's the end. In other words, it's only wrong if the blessing stops with you. The blessing shouldn't just come to you, it should flow through you to someone else. You should act as the conduit to bless somebody else with what God's blessed you with. Right? So that's when I look at, everybody's got different goals, right? I always say, if you're looking to help people, you have to help yourself first. You help yourself first, then you can help even more people. So if your goal is to help people, help yourself. That will enable you to help a lot of other people. Right? So, anyway, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that I try to look at things to answer that question. I will get way more into that when I do a video, like a sit-down AMA type of thing when I'm not driving. But to kind of answer that question, I try to look at things through the lenses of God and His will, and that if I'm being blessed with something, it's my responsibility to share that with people and to be that conduit to bless other people. Okay, so that was a great question. I really appreciate that. We'll get more into that some other point. But if there's no other questions, we will probably just end this now. If you're looking at a certain crypto project and you're feeling stupid, if you're feeling like a fool, if you're feeling dumb, I'm going to get into that PCC in a minute. If you're feeling like a loser, like you made some bad decision, it's possible you made a bad decision, but what I'm saying in generally speaking, it's easy to feel that way when the market's down, okay? Nobody's a genius when they buy into a green candle and it keeps going up. Just like nobody's a genius, nobody's a fool when the candles go down, they go red, okay? It's not timing the market, it's time in the market that counts. Okay, I've said that before. It's not even my quote, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, guys, like when you look at the markets, you're going to look at certain projects you're invested in, like me. I look at certain projects I'm invested in, I was like, man, I never thought I'd see this kind of price. That happens. That happens, okay? Don't blame yourself and think I'm some idiot. No, guys, you only lose if you sell and it's down. Like, seriously, there's a lot of truth to that. So I'm just trying to say, when you look at your project, just kind of bear in mind everything's down Everything's crashing. Sentiment's terrible. Crypto's dead. Blockchain's going nowhere. Peter Schiff is all over the place. Take a step back. It's good to sometimes get away from the noise. Okay, remember that you have breath in your body. You have people who love you and that you love. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm capitulating in that statement. What I'm saying is that crypto is just one part of your life. Don't make it your entire life. Okay, markets will come back. Just give it time. Is OHM dead? It sure looks like it, doesn't it? I haven't sold because I'm not going to sell it at $15, but it does look like it's dead, doesn't it? I'm a big fan of anything that's like innovative and creative and new in the crypto space. Whether it works, time tells. Right? Time will tell. Right now, it looks like Hector Dow and OHM are the really only two ones left. So we'll see. We'll see. The question is, I don't know. Or the answer is, I'm sorry, I don't know. We will see, though. We will see if it's dead or not. Yeah, it's good to get away from the charts. It's good to get away from the noise, right? Remember how blessed you are. Take inventory of the things you take for granted. And crypto is just one part of your life. Yes, it enables a change to your life if you stay in it. And you can't stay in it if you're freaking out constantly and selling, panic, and FOMO buying. If you want to change your life, you have to treat it like that. Okay, it's not a quick, guys, I think about this. What kind of, I want to say it scares me, but I think about it. I don't ever want to look back at this opportunity in 10, 20 years and say I didn't do enough. I didn't stay in the markets like I should have. I didn't invest like I should have. Maybe I had some knowledge I didn't share with people like I should have. I never want to look back and say shoulda, woulda, coulda, because you have your chance now. That's what you do now, not what you look back on 15 years from now. So make the right moves now. That's what I'm trying to say. Treat this like a life-changing opportunity now, because it is. Not 20 years from now, because it's too late. Okay? Try making those kind of gains that the Amazon and Tesla stocks have made up to this point from now. You won't. It was when you bought in then. And it's what you're able to do with your family and for the people you love. So always keep that in mind. It's not just you. It's the people around you you can bless and help. Never forget that. So don't squander this opportunity. Don't give in to Twitter. Don't allow people on Twitter to tell you what to do. Okay, don't allow people on social media to guide your investment decisions. People telling you to buy Luna at $50 all the way down. Make your own decisions, guys. Look at the markets, sit there logically and say, I think this is going to happen, and stick to your guns. That's okay. It's okay to make a decision and stay with it. Okay? And it's okay to take advice from people, but just bear in mind, that should just be one source of information, not your sole source of information. That's what I always tell people. Don't get into something because I'm in it. I want to educate people and show you the way I look at things and the way I view things and places that I'm putting my money. Okay? Don't do it because of that. Do it because I helped you get to a point and I educated you to the point to make that decision. Okay? So I just want to really zoom out and think about the moment that you're in. Think about the opportunity that you're in. Don't get distracted by people telling you things that you think are probably not true. Do your own research, really educate yourself, and have conviction, and know why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? You're doing that to help yourself and your loved ones and to make a better life. So I just will implore you as I end this now. I'm hitting traffic here. And I need to watch the road, thank you. I implore you to don't waste this opportunity, and don't give into fear, and don't give into greed, right? Really ground yourself. Know why you're doing this. Visualize you helping other people. Okay, as a man thinks within himself, so he is. Okay, don't give in to depression and do something rash because you see what the markets are doing. Okay, know that you were created by God uniquely to serve Him and serve other people with the talents, skills, and abilities and gifts that you have. Okay, you have one life and you don't have a redo. And don't do something crazy because of a cryptocurrency market. Okay, so I'm going to end on that. Again, thank you for the gift of helping you guys, because it's a gift to me just as much as it is to you. So God bless, be safe, and we'll talk soon.